සියලු දෙනාටම සුබ උදෑසනක් වේවා. ඒ වගේම සුබ අලුත් අවුරුද්දක් වේවා. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the directors, the corporate management, all the trade unions, and all the staff. Wish you all a very happy new year. Now, before me, the general manager and the intended general manager both spoke about the performance, outlined the performance of the bank in 2012, and also some highlights, some things that they are planning for the future. If I say that in English now, it's a similar thing, but I will go a little bit beyond. The 2012 has been a fantastic year, I think we all know. 2012, which we achieved this, the trillion target, that the so-called trillion, and that's the only institution in the country who had achieved that. And we made, I think I may say this, we made around 20 billion profits. And then we went for this international bond of $500 million US, and that was nearly 8 times oversubscribed. And it was highly accepted. Then we went for rupees 6 billion debenture. So if you look at it in all feats of banking, Bank of Ceylon is ahead of all other banks, whether it is trade finance, whether it is inward remittances, whether it is loans, deposits, any act of in the banking. And also, if you look at the last 5 years, which is important to me because now I complete 5 and going towards 6. Last 5 years, we have tripled our assets. We have tripled our loans. We have tripled our deposits. We have tripled even now the equity of our shareholder, which is the government. And the best part is we have increased our profitability by more than 7 times. Also paid the government similar amount since 2007. Just looking back, some of the highlights comes to my mind, because this may be my last time that I'm going to meet you in this kind of audience. So if I recall now how we came to this level, in my recollection, it goes back to 2007. That's the time that we came up with a program called Gamudana, a new concept that I brought in, to mobilize savings, to take the savings habits to the people. At that time, from 2007 to 2009, we went all over the country. We went from east to west, to south to north, you name it. We had more than 75 odd public meetings all over the country. That is to gather momentum to collect savings. For that effort, all the trade unions here, I can see, whichever the color, all trade unions, the past leaders were very, very involved, and some of the present leaders were also involved. And we all worked together, the association, the trade unions, and our corporate management. All of us, we worked together to build that savings base. Once we knew the savings were coming, we started lending. So then our bank activity became more. Then we increased our customers. We had more than 10 million accounts. And through this Gamudana program only, we accumulated the number of accounts and the customers. So it was a real eye-opener. Then in 2009, because we were very confident that we are confident that our deposits are good, our lending is good, and then our staff, we knew what the customers want. I didn't lead the bank from a boardroom. I led the bank from the front. I was with you all the time, with the customer, all over the country. And I knew what the requirements were from the people. So then that is where this famous 1-10-12, the corporate slogan came. That is 1 trillion assets in the 10 billion profits in the year 2012. So that we set it up in 2009. So first year was 2010. 2010, we achieved the 10 billion profits. That was intended for 2012. Then 2011, we made 15 billion profits. 2012, now we made 20. Now just imagine, every year more than 5 billion increase of profit, while we help the country at large. Whether it is a drought, whether it is floods, always we are there. All sectors, whether it's fisheries, agriculture, from the top corporate to the downtrodden, we were there. The financially handicapped people, all over the country. And another important thing we did was helping the people in the Northeast to empower them, come back to life since the war, end of the war. And I'm very happy to say we have given, Bank of Ceylon have given loan assistance for more than 140 billion as of last month to help the people from the North and the East to come up in life. So we have done a lot. Like we have made profits and others, we have not forgotten our employees. I think that was mentioned. I believe our employees, if you take the last 5 years, the salaries and benefits have increased well more than 50% in the last 5 years. The management didn't get that much 50%, they got a less amount, but they also increased. Then what about the pensioners? Pensioners really benefited. What the medical benefits? So the amount of letters that I get, I can see what people coming through from around the country, how they appreciate all this. But the last year's 2012 success I will attribute solely to the corporate management. I think if not for them, last year we would have not done what we did. They did single-handed, they manipulated, they worked with the staff all over the country. So I think the credit should go to the corporate management. So now what about the future? The future is very promising for Bank of Ceylon, actually very bright. Now we have created this giant wheel. The giant wheel is turning. Nobody can stop it. So only thing we have to make sure that no rust forms in, no dust is collected, that you oil it, grease it, and then let it turn, and then somebody to steer it. When I say give direction. Otherwise, I think we cannot go wrong in the future. 2013, in the corporate management also we discussed, like we set 1-10-12 target in 2009 to get the trillion assets. We said 2013 must be dedicated for savings. Now I think DJ Gunasekara mentioned that we have lent more than what we have. Now 2013, if we put all our machinery, the NRFCs, the run calculos, all kinds of new products which we have to devise with marketing and all of the support, if we can target savings and then go for $1 trillion savings. Now trillion is a word that we use very loosely, that we know that what we can achieve it. It took us 2.5 years to achieve the trillion in assets. So this 1 trillion on savings, because we are short of few hundred millions. And I think if we really work on it, we can do that in end of 2013, at least try to do that. If we achieve the trillion in 2013 in savings, my friends, then we are going to double our assets again. The 1 trillion assets definitely will go towards 2 trillion towards the end of 2014. That is inevitable, because when we have more money, we will lend more. And then when the ceiling is not taken out, the 18%, I think we can grow. So now we are getting new staff. Maybe in the future you may have to recruit more staff because the retirees are too high. Because then we can make a real vision. All this, what we did up to now is we had a clear vision. We had a target, we never changed that target. Otherwise we would have never met the 1-10-12. So now what I'm saying is, now you can do this year, 2013, go on the savings. 2014, you will have to, directly or indirectly, whether you like it or not, I think we'll have to double our assets. Objective in 2016 is to have a $4,000 per capita. Now we are going towards that. We are helping the government. So that now that is 2016. What will be the bank doing in 2015 and 2016? I leave it to your imagination. Now see, if you have 2 trillion in assets and trillion in savings, I think you can do wonders. The only one snag I can see is our capital adequacy. That again we have given Treasury proposals a few months ago, but they accepted it, but then they didn't execute it. There is no choice now. I think we have to increase our capital, otherwise all what I say that you can do this year, next year, will not be possible. Because there won't be any headroom. Whenever you lift your head, it will knock. So the growth will be restrained. So, but if that happens, now this year we became one of the 1,000 banks in the world and the 20th bank in Asia. But if the capital adequacy is adequately increased, then we'll be in the top 400 to 500 banks in the world. So therefore, that's why I say the future is very bright. I think you are the ones, I think, who have to make sure that we charter that course. Don't think we have many options to change this thing, except some drastic, unusual things are taking place. So I wish the bank all the very best. I am sad that I'm leaving, and I think I have to leave. You all have a pension, I don't have. So I have to work for it. And, but I will be around. If you sometimes invite, I might come to some of the functions in the bank. But I wish good luck to the bank and wish you all the very best. Thank you.